It's C-Doc Again is brought to you by Hackensack Brewing Company and their Imperial Pilsner Auga, which was created in honor of the legendary DJs, The Awesome 2. It's also brought to you by Chuck D Spit Slam Record Label Group. The Spit Slam Record Label Group, a Chuck D situation. Catch us on your favorite streaming platform, on Bandcamp, or visit our official web store at spitslamrecords.com. All releases are available digitally or on CD, with select titles available on vinyl and cassette. The Spit Slam Record Label Group. Throwback to the future sound.
It's C-Doc again.
What's up, everybody? It is Tuesday night. Hope everybody is doing well. Welcome to another episode of It's C-Doc Again. There's the background music. Okay. It's there. It's in the background. Yes, indeed. Got a great show tonight. One of the most prolific MCs. Just, you know, if you want dope hip hop, just no frills, no nonsense hip hop, just put on our guest. Put on the music from our guest, the Sensei. First, before we get to that, gotta introduce the squad. First up, she got her start in classic rap radio at the first all 24-hour hip hop channel. Talking about KDAY, Our Lady from the heyday of K-Day, Jennifer O. Jenny.
What's happening?
You know. And if you don't know, you know.
Now you know.
I don't know what that means. But how are you, Jennifer?
I'm doing all right. How are you?
We're running late, but glad I could be here.
Aside from that, yeah.
Aside from that, I'm good. It's good. It's all good. How are you?
Good to hear.
Yeah.
Hanging in there. As you can tell, the background gets emptier and emptier as we go along.
It does. Pretty soon there won't be walls there anymore. You'll just see
right.
outside.
Right. I'll be sitting outside in a cardboard box.
That's what I'm waiting for. It just seems like it's going to get there. Also joining us tonight, he has the dopest account on Instagram. If you don't follow him, then consider yourself a sucker. Ladies and gentlemen, Ultramax7.
Peace, yo. Listen, y'all better watch out tonight because I brought New Jersey with me. We got L.
Shit. Yeah, right?
We got the Jersey double team coming.
That's what's up.
Yeah, what's good, yo?
I'm going to cough. You guys talk amongst yourselves.
Hi, Jennifer. How are you doing?
Hey, Ultra. Haven't talked to you in a minute.
Yeah. I haven't seen you for so long.
Long time no see. I know. It was weird because I just watched the mixtape today and I'm like, oh. It's like a little reunion. Only I'm here to bust it up.
You know what I meant, Knackwurst? Pause.
Yeah, seriously.
You know what I meant, Knack. You can't say nothing no more.
Slow your roll there, Knack.
Oh, boy. Okay. Flatline's running late, but he'll be here in a few.
Hey, Doc, you don't got snow, do you?
We do not. We do not.
I got snow. Outside, bro.
Really?
It's snowing. It's snowing now.
Damn.
Happening?
Oh God. I'm joking. That's all.
I'm back in my radio days. Oh my God, dead air. Stop.
Yeah.
Somebody say something.
Oh boy. Yeah, excuse me. Yes, Elder Sensei is fire, good people, and a hard worker. I would agree with that.
I agree with all that.
Exactly.
Go ahead.
No, what were you saying?
I'm underdressed. I should have worn my New Jersey Nets stuff. Now I'm pissed that I don't wear a whole. I just got this Brooklyn, but this ain't. I need the red, white, and blue. I wasn't thinking.
Good, man. It's all good. You'll make up for it with the questions, I'm sure.
Hopefully.
Come on. When have you not? Come on now. You know this hip hop stuff better than anybody.
I don't know about all that. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Flatline must be busy putting the finishing touches on his new episode of Hip Hop Gods. That's not true because it's already out. But
and there he is.
Yeah. As I summoned him, with just called the name and then he appears. So yes, the man behind Hip Hop Gods Radio for 267,000 years and counting, and and the president of Chuck D's rap station Radio Internetworks. Please welcome to the show, Flatline.
Whew. Wow.
Yes.
You all right?
Thank you very much. Oh, I forgot my drink.
Man, it's just
just run it.
Those nights. You can go get your drink. I'm gonna sit here and choke some more, and then we'll talk.
Is there time? Is there time?
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Run.
Enjoy yourself.
Run.
Just real quick. Hey, Ultramag.
Oh, here we go. He said he got his fingers crossed. Hey, Ultraman, what you got, man?
Hey, Ultramag. Do you like my shirt?
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
Where did you get that? Wow.
They're on Instagram. They have limited stock. It's the dead stock from the Death Mask release.
That is my favorite Divine Style album.
There you go.
Yeah,
Sure, you got
me
to
too. Me too.
Death Mask.
I wear this proudly because, man.
Woo, that's dope.
Anyway,
that is dope.
You get
from Scotland.
You get props for that.
Yep.
Wow.
So there you go.
Wowzers.
That's
something.
Okay.
All right.
Time to get my drink. I'll be back.
Go ahead, get your drink. And we're gonna get ready to introduce our guest. We'll bring him on. Yeah, Jersey in the house tonight, huh?
Of course.
Jersey doesn't get enough credit.
Oh, listen. No, it does not.
Well, what's funny is that growing up, listening to it, me being, Yusuf's got one of those. Being way the hell out in Pittsburgh, we didn't know the difference, so it was just like, oh, it's hip hop, it's New York, it's Jersey, it must be the same thing. I didn't learn about the bias until years later,
But it's even crazier because L is up north Jersey, I'm in South Jersey, so I'm closer to Philly, he's right across from New York, so it's even within the state, it's still a difference.
It's still a different thing, yeah.
But if you're from Jersey, I claim the whole state.
Word. Damn straight.
Yeah.
Wow.
Claim it and claim it well. So, all right, enough of that. Flatline has his drink. Our guest is ready, ladies and gentlemen, from the Artifacts, the Brick City Kids. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the show, El the Sensei.
Yeah.
There he is.
L.
What up, y'all?
What's happening, brother?
What's going on? I'm good. Everything is good. Everything's good.
Oh, you got the shirt too. I didn't even see the shirt. So even.
Oh yeah, look, it's funny. It's funny you said that. Yeah, I had. If I didn't come on here and represent, I'd be wrong.
Expect nothing less. Expect nothing less.
Love it.
Actually, El, we got to say welcome back to the show because you did make an appearance once when we went through Flatline, M-Rock and Nordic One.
Yes, indeed.
Yes.
I remember.
Yes. So yes, welcome back.
Thank
you. This is your episode, so we're going to talk about all things Elder Sensei and whatever else you want to talk about. So
Okay.
Including what is going on lately. What's new with what's the latest projects and what do you got to talk about? That's happening now.
Okay. It's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah, I know.
There always is.
A whole lot.
Stay busy.
Yep.
Yeah. So what's up now? What's going on right now?
Well, right now in the immediate, me and my brother Mint Plus, we have the new album out right now called The Unexpected. 14, 16 joints of just pure hip hop, nothing less. There's a lot of scratching. This record we made pretty much for everybody that's like, including yourselves, that's missing that element of just pure, just straight go music. And if I didn't have scratching in my records, I'd be wrong. A lot of the records, me and Tame did, from Rock Raider to DJ Chaos to my man DJ Hush, DJ Grasshopper, who's on this record. My man DJ Iron is on the new record. If I didn't have all the elements, got to be included. So to have this record out today, we worked hard on it for a minute just to get it mixed and mastered and put together the right way. Salute to Vinyl Digital label out in Germany. They released the record. So it's my second outing with them. I did the record with Sadat X with Vinyl Digital as far as the XL album. So they've been good. I have no issues with them. I like the fact that they let us do what we want to do. I pretty much come with the projects and they say, okay, let's go. So, it's an easy relationship. There's no issues, no problems. I like how they released this last one. I would say releasing records today is a little bit different than how we did in the past. Even through the 2000s, is a lot more online busy than the physical. So there's a lot of things that come with putting these records out today. So it's a lot different, but it's still the same hustle, still the same push, and still the same investment of your product to put out there.
Yeah. But you seem to be able to stay busy with it where not, a lot of, I don't want to say a lot of your peers, but where some of your peers aren't as, they either tour more or, they're not releasing music. You're constantly releasing music.
Right. And actually that's the key to touring.
Yeah, right.
If people don't understand, like, I can say I want to go on tour all day, and this was the thing that I told Tame and Chaos, when we toured off these two albums for years and years and years. And I told them, I said, look, we got to do something different in order to go where we need to go. We got to make a new album. And that's where the album with me and Tame and Buck Wild came into play. And unfortunately, things went the other way where Tame passed.
Right.
But that was exactly no expiration date. To do that record was a blessing, and I knew it was going to take us where we needed to go, because in the speech that I gave them, I said it. I said, in order for us to go even make more money, we have to put out new records. So that always been my thing, even for when me and Tame broke up and we went solo. I took a break for 2 years, but then every time I put out a record, it was on a different label, whether if it was Guess Wild, my man Matt Fingers, Up Above Records, Mary Joy Records. I looked at myself like an NBA player, but I was on 10-day contracts with all these teams until they said, okay, let's give them a home and give them a contract.
Yeah.
So that all, it's I guess it's a work ethic thing, from coming from working a job and getting up every day 6 a.m. to go to work and you get off at 5. That mentality kind of still stick with you. And it's actually too where people call or email me for features, and in between records, that works because it's almost the same thought pattern as when I was solo first coming out by myself. It was like, gotta consistently work. You gotta keep going. And just to stay new, because even today, I get work because of people hearing the features. And the shows come from putting out the albums and seeing and making sure people see me on stage and see me, even if it's the smallest stage. At least when you see me, people that are bookers or promoters, they see that and okay, he still look like he could do it. So that keeps me active. And plus, I love doing it. This is my work. This is a job.
Yeah.
I want people to understand that too. There's no side. I don't go to work. This is work.
Right.
And I punch my own clock, make my own hours. And for the most part, when people do ask, like, yo, is this all you do? I said, look, when all you do is pay the bills with what you're doing, yeah, it is all I do. Pretty much.
Right. Yeah, you know what? Dak just brought something up because I was going to ask about the Seven Heads days when you first went solo, because I that album was really dope at a time when 2002 was a weird time in the music industry.
Yes, indeed, it was crazy.
Yeah, so
it was like at a crossroads.
It was, and thank you for that, because that got me through some rough hip hop times. It was just like,
and that was a real personal record for me. My father had passed while I was making that record. My son, who's autistic, he was always with me when I recorded that record. He was in the studios with me, mixing, mastering, recording in the booth while I was doing all of that. So it was therapeutic for me.
Yeah,
that's kind of where the title came from: Relax, Relate, and Release. Through all the things I went through, me and Tame splitting, all that still followed me. So when I was and it was the most personal record I ever made, as far as lyrically.
Yeah.
I didn't see all that coming, but the more comfortable I got saying these things, because a lot of people were still wondering how everything happened the way it did, and I spoke through it through that record. And how I came to Seven Heads, I was in Philly, and I was at Footworks. This is the store Bobbito had out there, and I told him I was going. I brought merch with me. DJ AV was out there. It was funny because when I was in the store, Biz walked in, and he saw me in there. He's like, "What you doing in here?" I was like, "I'm chilling. I'm in here selling merch." So he was he bugged out because I told him I was going to a show after this. He chilled out in the store for a minute. I sold merch there, and I went to a Unspoken Herd show. My man Astru and Blue Black,
yeah,
who was doing Seven Heads.
Yep.
So I went to the show, and I was just amazed because I was like, "Whoa!" I mean, my man Yusef De Niro made their tracks, but I didn't know who made their tracks. My first time hearing them was at this show, so I was just blown away. I walked up to them after the show was over. I said, "Wow, look!" They saw me. They're like, "What the hell?" I said, I'm here as a patron. And I like what I heard, and I asked them where they were from, and they, what label they was on and everything. I'm with that with everybody. So they pretty much gave me information, and I took it. Called Wes Jackson at Seven Heads. Yeah. I asked him for a meeting because for all the singles that I had did and all the touring I had did, I knew that I had to stop making these singles and make an album. So this was the first time I actually went to anybody label-wise to present my work, because when me and Tame got our deal, we got our deal through Stretch and Bobbito, just freestyle.
Right.
So I was never, but then even with Wes, whatever music I had, it didn't matter because I was making new stuff all the time. So my man P Original, rest in peace to him. I was working with him, and he did a few singles with me. Keep It Live was the most famous one we did with Fat Beats, and we were just making songs. So he was helping me record a lot of the songs at his crib. And a lot of the songs that he produced was on the Relax Release album. So with Wes giving me this opportunity, I took it as having an actual home rather than bouncing around as much as I did. So I thanked him for even taking the chance on doing that with me, because that was the time where I didn't even know if people wanted to hear me by myself after being in this group for so long.
Yeah.
So that really that pushed me out the door.
Yeah, that was what can you explain? Is it all right to ask? Can you explain what happened with Seven Heads? Because man, I really thought like they had because they had you, Asheru, Blue Black, J Live.
Yeah.
Wasn't Grap Lova there too?
Well, Grap was, he did some work with Wes, I guess, with on some remixes or something like that.
Okay.
But I know he was part of the fan.
Right.
So with Wes. With Wes,
you don't have.
No. I'll say this.
Okay.
When you take on something, it really means you got to do the whole thing. If you're a label, you gotta be a label. If you want to be a manager, you got to be a manager. If you're going to be a promotion company and service people, and you got to really do all of this work.
Yeah.
So with that being said, I think it was like so much on a plate where you can't give attention to one thing and then process that one thing, then move on to the next. It was just so much going on at once. And with all of us, it was like to try to piggyback all of that together like that or one after another, I think was hard for Wes, because it was juggling a lot of things. And I think with that, and salute to my brother Lamont Temple, he worked at Seven Heads. He passed away not too long ago. And he was a good brother. He was with me every step of the way doing that album. And he was in the studio with me. He was on tour with me. He DJ'd with me. So he was an integral part in helping me because he stuck with me even after I left Seven Heads. So Seven Heads pretty much just, Wes washed his hands of it and moved on to do Brooklyn Fest. So we probably parted in ways that we probably didn't want it, but it was on some business stuff.
Yeah.
And I would say right now, I'm sure that if Wes could speak for himself right now, he would say he learned a lot.
Yeah.
And doing this business, because you got to take people feelings into consideration when you're doing certain things. And it ain't just about you having a label.
Right.
It's about treating everybody with respect and move accordingly. And that's how you stay in business. So I'll leave that to that.
It's a very great diplomatic answer.
Yeah. Because I really never have nothing too much bad to say about somebody because I believe in the Ralph Cramden theory. When you going up, you're gonna see those same people when you go down. So I don't want to be passing by people when I go down like, oh yeah, my bad. So I stay to myself. I do my business and just follow the rules because I have to do a job as well as being an artist. I have to make music in order for the label to grow and sell my music in order for us to, blow up as a team. And that's pretty much in a nutshell is about teamwork.
Yeah.
Yep.
Most definitely. So speaking of music, how did you get started in music? What was the beginning that got you into it?
Oh man, the hip hop world itself. I started off as a b-boy, and gradually, worked my way up to writing rhymes. Because when I started writing, I didn't say them; I just wrote them.
Oh.
And in my mind, I probably would sound like all of the rappers I listened to when I sat in the house on Friday and Saturday, scrolling down from Kiss to BLS because I knew they played different stuff. So that's how I got my feel. But in my mind, I sounded like all these people. And knowing I couldn't do that, I would say my junior year, I got brave enough to actually remember some rhymes to go up on stage. And of course, I went up on stage looking like Big Daddy Kane. I had a flat top with steps already. You know what I'm saying? I went up on, had the red silk shirt and the pants on, black pants with the valleys. I'm straight up, like, I stepped on the TV. But all my friends, they come in, it was so ill because nobody in the school knew I rhymed. So all my boys is coming down the aisles of the auditorium dancing. Everybody got high top fade, everybody got polo on. And as they coming down, we all meet and they dancing behind me. I'm rhyming. My man is playing the drums. Oh. And it's really just, and then I had my man Tito Lassiter. He was the DJ. He was in my class. So we doing this on stage, no bass, no nothing like that. But everybody is like, yo, Elliot, Rom, wow, okay. But as this is happening. Now, and I went to school with Naughty. And they was a grade ahead of me. So because nobody knew I was doing this, I see Stretch get up out his seat and walk to the front of the stage in the auditorium and just stood there like that. And I saw him. So I knew what that meant. And after that, everything was over. Everybody was like, yo, what the hell? Where'd that come from? So in my school, I was the dude that was, I was smart. A lot of people didn't know that. I graduated in my senior class, in my like 23rd of my senior class. But all they saw was me with a backpack and a radio inside. Study hall, lunch time, whatever time I had to play that radio, I'm playing everything that I recorded on Friday and Saturday, coming to school on Monday.
Yeah.
So I was the designated jukebox in the school. But everybody knew me, you know, just for dancing. But once the ramen part came, it just everything changed from there, you know. And I wasn't the most popular dude in my school or nothing like that. But that changed a lot of that for me. You know, so doing that is, you know, prepped me for when I met my boy Jay Byrne. Jay Byrne was a graffiti artist in the neighborhood, and I knew he was into everything hip hop. So he was in my class, my TV production class, and he knew I rhymed, but then he was like, "Yo, you need to get down with my people." So I didn't know who his people was. The only person that I knew that knew him was my brother Polo Ice. Now Ice knew Tank, because they was living in Newark, like way down neck from, you know, Ferry Street, all this, you know, Portuguese area. They had a little project down there. So that's where Ice knew Tame from. So Jay Byrne is telling me about Tame. He's telling me about my man Rhino CMZ. They got a crew called the Boss Mob. So I'm like, okay, damn, I got to meet them. So he takes me to Rhino's crib, which was the Colonnade buildings in Newark. And I go there. I'm just amazed because I go in this room and there's graffiti everywhere. And I kept seeing names that I saw on the street. So I see Tame's name on the wall. I said, oh, he be over here? He's like, yo, I said, he rhymed? He's like, yeah, he rhymed too. So the only thing I knew of Tame was his name everywhere in the street. But I'm in the room and I see that. So by this time, Rhino put me on. I'm in his house doing demos, and never once did Tame come. So one day I was there, he came. I had a lot of songs, me and Tame. Yo, this crew was like a Juice crew, but our own little nucleus. So Rasta Rob, my man Mellow Max 165, you know, we was in this, my man Rhino apartment making joints like that nobody heard. So Tame comes one day and we meet, and it's just like, I don't know what it was, but it was like kinetic. And we just got to talking, and we was, you know, I could see he was, you know, into the stuff I was into, we, you know, chilling. And then the next time we came back, we did a song. And then we did another song. And we did another song. So now we're not even doing our own songs no more solo wise. We doing these songs together. And Rhino saw that. He said, you know what? I think this might work. So we didn't even say, let's be a group. You know, we just started doing stuff. So that was my introduction into just, you know, I want to not even say, you know, professionally doing songs, but was the first song I was doing songs where good recording, I could hear myself, I could see what I'm doing wrong, learn, and they coached me into a lot of stuff. And just long nights being in Rhino's apartment groomed me where I would say Tame was a lot more seasoned, you know, and doing a lot of this before me. So, which helped me at the same time.
Yeah.
So, you know, that was like my beginning stages.
Wow. When did you guys decide to start pursuing a record deal?
I would say like maybe, well, damn, like 89, 90, we started getting better with the songs. We actually got an opportunity to go to Hit Factory and record a song. And we saw it. You know, just somebody that I knew that just gave me the bread to go do it. We made the beat. The song was Attacking New Jerusalem, which made the first album. But we had a whole other version of the song.
Right.
Which you can find on YouTube. It's on YouTube. Just put in Attacking New Jerusalem demo. Okay. And we recorded that in the Hit Factory. I remember we was in there. I brought a bunch of records. And I remember one Bobby McFerrin record I bought. We sampled something off that. But like the engineer was looking at me like, okay, what y'all want to do? Tame and them stayed up there for like maybe like a good half hour. And he was like, yo, we'll be right back. I said, where y'all going? We're going to try to find some weed on 42nd. So it's me and Mr. Lynn is in the studio. And Lynn is like, oh wow, they left. So I'm like, yeah, we gotta figure something out. So the engineer dude like, I can help y'all with it, what y'all need. So I'm like, okay, loop this. So I'll just, put everything out and pretty much told him what I wanted to do without pushing anything. By the time Tatum came back, the track was laid out. We doing the drums right now, and Tame walked in. He's like, "Oh wow, hey yo, this sounds crazy." So we actually did the song, and it came out dope. And at this time, we was messing around with Brand Nubian, but like friends with them. Going to New Rochelle, learning, not even understanding what we were doing. We just was hanging out with them. We wasn't talking about no music or anything. And then one day, we was at Sadat crib, because that's where the equipment was at. And Jamar straight asked us, like, yo, so like, what do y'all do? Like, who are y'all? What y'all about? So we told him, like, we do graffiti, we form a B-boy. This is when the game is in the transition.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And it's like everybody getting into the hip hop game, like really, really digging into it. So we was like, we do all this. So he said, okay, well, write about that. And when we wrote about that, that was Wrong Side of the Tracks.
Wow.
And we did that song. And after we did that, and we recorded it, and that demo was on YouTube as well. We actually put out a demo record, that's them, the Lost Files.
Yes.
With Smoke on Records, and they put all them songs out.
Okay.
The dude that mastered that did a very good job getting all the hits out of the tape and everything like that. Those are straight off tapes.
Wow.
So doing that, we just we recorded. After we did that, we recorded the song with Jamal. We did another song with them called Check the Fine Print. So that spit that verse from Check the Fine Print on Yo MTV Raps when they released the Aloy Wakbar album. It was going, and we came in from a commercial. It's on YouTube. All that stuff is on YouTube and Instagram. So that got like a blue and black, but people didn't believe us when we told them we were down with them until they saw us on MTV Raps with them. And they saw us in the back. They saw us in the background. They was like, "Oh wow, hey, yo, I really do." Like, yes, we really doing it. We doing it. But the stuff we was doing on our own. Even when we moved on from Rhino, we just was making demos with my brother Pig, my man Arthur. He was helping us do stuff, and this one everything started escalating. And that's when we got serious. And we went up to the radio show with Stretch and them, and all that. This changed the whole game after that, because all the demos we did didn't even matter.
Yeah.
So we did a lot of hard work, but a lot of stuff people didn't actually get to hear until we, got into the digital world.
Right.
The-
Go ahead.
Yeah. No, I was just because he brought up Stretch and Bob. I know people have seen the documentary, but can you just talk about how it was going up there and rhyming 89, Tech 9, how it was back then?
Yeah.
Well, when we went up there, we went super early. So it wasn't a lot of people going up there at the time as far as like acts. It was more or less the underground. Like Curious and it was up there, Buster. This was when Stretching was called Skinny Bones.
Right.
And this was like super, super early. We, like I said, scrolling down your dial on the radio, you find stuff. And we kept hearing about the station, but then when we started listening, it was like early infant stages. And then they started, that's when they changed to Stretch and Bobbito, and we just was hooked. And then one came into the contest where, you had to call in and you battle somebody. Mm. And once he did that, that was the invitation he got up there to go. I called the next week and won, but it didn't matter because whatever Tame did, that got us to go up there. So to go there, we knew that we was going to Jersey Cats going to New York. But nobody, we didn't know that, we knew it was an opportunity, but not like the way it happened. But we just went up there knowing that this station is built on lyrics, late night.
Right. Yeah.
They playing music, but cats is coming up there and they burning the mic up.
Right.
So we came up there, and once we got in, we chilled out for a minute, and once we got on, and he threw on the Zulu war chant, and we just blacked out, and for like 10, 15 minutes, we just went, and they was looking at it. People started calling in, and they was like, "Yo, where these dudes from? Where they from?" And we stayed the whole night till like 5. So Stretch and Bob was like, "Wow, y'all can't be from Jersey." Like, yeah, man, we from Newark, because it was.
Tell him.
I don't know how to explain this to y'all, but like for the things that were coming out, me and Tame were maybe like the first group out of New Jersey to speak on the elements of how we grew up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it was unbelievable for people to think that Jersey was affiliated with graffiti like that. To see, salute to my man Lakim Shabazz, because he laid the foundation early. So New York, because they saw Locke in videos, that was at the time the most representation other than Flavor Unit and Naughty. Locke was the first one to come, so where people like we know he's from Jersey,
right?
And and a lot of people respected Locke. I remember when Nas was on the Video Music Box, and he talked about Lakim as one of the first brothers he seen next to Pyramids, and I will never forget that. And Locke is one of my mentors, so like for us to come talking about b-boying and for the first single to talk about all of the elements in one song, whether if you was a b-boy, a graffiti writer, an MC, a DJ, it registered. But when we came out and we was doing a lot of Demararas, Wetlands, we didn't come to New York saying we was from Jersey. Mm-hmm. We would just get on stage. We didn't look like home. We looked like New York.
Right.
We coming over, and I'm wearing all this polo. My man Ice got polo on, Tane got stuff. So we looked like the part. Right. And we got on fisherman vests and all this stuff. So we done off the stage, and we like, all right, Pete, we're going back to Jersey. And everybody freeze, like, what? and it was like, and I try to ask, I always try to tell people we're right there. The water's right there.
Yeah.
The only thing different from y'all is y'all slang and y'all accents. But we get Video Music Box, we get all of your hot tracks when that was on. We got all the same thing y'all got. we just come from where we come from.
Yeah.
So it was shocking for people to see that. Only when they saw the videos, when they figured out, they see the Newark police cars and New Jersey Transit, they was like, "Oh wow, what these dudes from Jersey?" But like sounding like that, like no. But then as you see, Redman, Naughty, Lords of the Underground, Apache, rest in peace, Double X, BK, rest in peace. We all sound different, but we all came a certain way where everybody makes an impact.
Yeah.
So when we came, it was just different for people to find out that Jersey was so deep into that kind of hip hop like that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Most definitely. Shout out to the God Lakim, and shout out to Chill Rob G.
No doubt.
And rest in peace.
Lati, rest in peace, 45 King.
Yep.
Latifah used to live right around the corner from where I'm at right now. So Jersey roots go very deep early in this, not just Sugar Hill Gang Records and everything like that, but like real prominent MCs that like people don't get to hear enough about.
Yeah.
And and it was the same for us. I think that it was just jolting for people in New York. Like, God damn, y'all sound like y'all from here. Like, nah. Yo, we studied from y'all. We learned from y'all. And for us to come out with a song that was about graffiti and just the whole situation of the culture, it took people by surprise.
Yeah. What were you gonna say, Ultra? Sorry.
No, when he was giving Lakim Shabazz all those props, it's the same thing for me. When the Black is Back video came out, Lakim Shabazz had on the Nike boots, the low cut Nike boots.
Word up. Yeah.
I went out, got them joints the next day because I saw.
I know you went to.
I saw Lock with him on. So shout out to Lakim. Shout out to the guy.
That's my brother. That's my brother right there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's super dope. I gotta reach out to him. He actually owes me a verse for Chill Rob's
We-
new album.
We need
Oh,
Lock
word?
on the
All right,
show.
look. We gonna. And listen, yeah, I call him soon. We done. I'll make sure he do that for you.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
I gotta hit him up. So, yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So when you guys got signed to, because I'm curious about the timing now. When you guys got signed to Big Beat and start working on the debut album, when
Yes.
did you guys do the guest spot for the Hard to Obtain record?
All right, we did the Hard to Obtain record. All right, first.
Okay.
Most importantly, but anybody who doesn't know this, because we in a whole different time frame now. So I want everybody to do their homework. The very first record that Artifacts did was with the beat producers called the Nubian Crackers.
Yeah.
Do you want to hear it?
Do you want to hear it? And it's so crazy when that was Big Tame's introduction on vinyl, so into the world. And for what we didn't think of the record, everybody else was like, "Yo, this is crazy." I'm looking at Tame like, "Word, okay." Like, but at the time they was big because it was them, Kenny Dope. They were doing them kind of records, and you know that was the party records. You know, people were playing in the party, and they were responsible. They had a couple of those records out, and when they paired us with them because Nubian Crackers had the deal themselves. We went to Queens and they had an iguana studio, and it was actual iguanas in the studio, big ass cage. We recorded in there. It was dark, gloomy, and the song came out dope.
Yeah.
But then once we got the deal, the Hard to Obtain came about because Bobbito and Pete Nice, prominent Pete Nice, was our first managers. So it was called Hit You Off Management. It was Artifacts, Curious George, Hard to Obtain, KMD, and I'm probably missing somebody, but we was all on the team, and we knew Hard to Obtain was doing their album because we befriended them at our album release party. Somewhere we got to go in the studio with them. Dante Ross did the track.
Yep.
And we in there. This is our first time meeting Dante, and he heard of us because of Reef, my man, the A&R Rob Chulo. They was good friends. So we get in there, and it was the energy in that session was so dope. We didn't even record it like one by one. It was one mic in the booth. We in this big old booth in this big. I think we was in Chungking, but it like in a whole different other studio. Like we was in the room where they played the instruments. So it was just one big room, and we went in the glass room, and it was just one mic. We all took turns going up to the mic. So when you listen to the song, we had to hurry up and get in position to get into the mic. There wasn't no 4 or 5 mics laid in the room.
That's wow.
So Dante, after we was done with our verses, he said, "Man, bro, like, did y'all even take breaths when y'all was in that doing them? This is his first time hearing me and Tank."
Right.
Yeah.
Because he heard about us, but to do that session, and we heard a bit. We like, come on, man, brand new being up. I'm naming people. I know who you are, but that was an honor for us to do because we was a fan of him. But after that session, Reed told me, he called me and told me y'all came in there and did a song, and then the song Bobbito and them play it. But like that was so dope because for them, and they was on Atlantic, so we was label mates too.
Yeah. Yep.
So all of this made sense, when we did all of this stuff. And them my brothers, good brothers. I got to do some work with them also a couple of years ago. Shout out to F5 Records, my man DJ Crucial did a re-release of LA Blues and Little Something on the B side.
Yeah.
He sent me a bunch of records to give to them. I went to Long Island, met up with all of them. We sat down, took pictures. They signed the records, and they came out. And I told them, "Look, this ain't no big deal." But they said, "Bro, just the fact that your man did that, and it just shows respect." And a lot of this stuff we doing ain't making a whole bunch of money anyway. So it was just for the purpose of putting it out for the fans.
Right.
Yo, L. Whatever happened to Raquel?
Wow, that's crazy. Oh my God. I mean, After that, I kept in contact with her for a while, but then I think she actually maybe moved. I want to say moved back to Cali or moved somewhere far, but I know she was in New York for a minute. I think she was from Yonkers. Yeah, from Yonkers. And I seen her, and then she just disappeared. So if anybody know Raquel, if y'all out there, y'all know Raquel, holla at her so we can find out if she good.
And yo, shout out to my homegirl Newbie, the ear hustle. She said she was
indeed.
She was on the album.
She was on. She was on the album and she was in the video. I can't see myself. Look, she remembered this. It was cold as hell. We was down there on Riverside Drive, and they recorded some of the video down in there where they shot a few other videos down there too. But we went in there, and then they had another part of the video in Long Island, big party. So that's how far back I go with Newbie, where I remember her from being there and being friends with them. So, you know, like I said, there's a lot of history to go around, you know, but for all of us to still even be connected, you know, we still speak and we see everybody on that's the beauty of social media, I guess. But we all still in contact. Well,
Newbie's the one that told me to reach out to you. Me and Newbie, she was telling me about merch and stuff. Mm-hmm. And your merch game is impeccable. She was like, you need to talk to L. So tell us about your merch game, bro.
Yes, please.
Well, I try to tell everybody that doing this, I've learned that if you don't take advantage of a lot of these things, it's hard being at shows. And if you don't have some, and a fan come up to you and they ask you if you got it, it like my early stages when I went solo, I felt that all the time. You know what? I said I'm not going to keep doing this. So I was making Elder Sensei merch. Every single that I put out a Frontline T-shirt. I put out a Keep Alive T-shirt. Any single I had, I made shirts for them. So and go straight to New York, go to Fat Beats. The first couple of times I put shirts in there, I go in there every few weeks, put in 2 dozen. I get them. I got CDs for them. I got cassettes, and Eclipse was in charge of all of that. So a couple of times I did that. The next time I came, Eclipse was like, "Yo, I'm gonna just give you the money." I said, "Why?" He said, "Oh, trust me, it sells very fast, and I only got a few left anyway. So keep doing that." And I just kept that in my mind. To always make merch. You know, for a lot of people, it don't cost a lot to make this merch. You just got to get with a good person and reliable print person that's like willing to work with you. And they themselves have to be accessible because a lot of these print guys, you know, do a lot of work other than what they're doing for you. So you will be in line for a second, but as long as you take them and invest, y'all, invest in your product, invest in your name. If anything, you know, New Jersey Ink Shop, I work with these dudes, and shout out to Vinny from Naughty by Nature, because Vinny gave me the plug for New Jersey Ink Shop, and Vinny has helped me a lot in my merch endeavors. So a lot of this stuff has never been on my own. Salute to my brother Bobby, Knockout Clothing. He's in LA. I do have 2 print guys, one in New Jersey and one in LA, both reliable. I'd rather do it in that way because there's no conflict of interest because he doing one job and this dude doing another job.
Yeah.
If one does the hats and the embroidery and the digital work, my other man over here do straight strings, what he did for these. So I like having a variety of stuff too, but it has to be good quality. A lot of people do a lot of vinyl print and stuff like that. That does crack, y'all. Don't be scared to invest in doing screen work because the screens last longer. And it's weird because people come to the table. They come to the merch table and they touching the clothes. Right. They might be drunk every day, but they like to figure out, can I touch it? I'm like, yeah, go ahead. Wash your hands, wipe your hands first. But when they touching the paint, so whether it's these, the spray can t-shirts, those are all paint and it doesn't come off. And only way your shirt gonna mess up is if you broil it in the dryer and you're not supposed to do that. Right, so, you know, but the merch is very important. And it keeps the motor running if you do it the right way. And it's profitable. It can be profitable, but you got to be consistent And for the people, you can have a merch page. Yeah, I have a merch page. The link is in my bio and everything. But I've learned over the years to do it live on Instagram because I can't update that merch page all the time. I'll be killing my boy Chillo in Belgium to do that on that the webmaster that page like that. So I do a lot of the stuff on the Instagram because a lot of the stuff on the web page is not on is on my Instagram because I can't keep updating the colors and the hats and all that stuff. I'm like, all right, look, if y'all want, I took the buttons off the merch page because I found people buying on just bullying me, like just doing it. So I was like, you know what? Let me take these buttons off right here. Because y'all think that I'm in a factory, right? And I got stacks and stacks of small, medium, large. You know, I'm not a factory. I make what I can make, and I try to keep it a little bit exclusive because the colors will change, and like we know, the logo has changed. I can represent this logo, but I can't. I can, but I won't.
Yeah.
Because the thing I told people was like, I don't really have time to go and fight that.
Right.
It's time to move on.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and even if it's in this way, in manner, there's a lot more to the artifact name itself than just it being a logo.
Yeah.
So I just, would rather not spend a whole bunch of money on something that I know come from Entertainment and Chaos and what we did musically over the years. And for the merch, I always just figured like I have a dream that I'm at a show and everybody in the crowd got on something artifacts. And it probably and I told Tame that that's a dream that got to be reality because that shows that people really rock with us. And the only evident time that we've seen anything like that, because contrary to what people may believe, Entertainment fought for everything we ever had, fought very hard. You know, when we on tour, a lot of those tours we was either doing on our own, booking on our own, or my man Brum in Europe was helping out, doing tours with us. Mind Blowing Productions helped us out. But this is a fight. So anything that we've done over the years is us on our own, keeping ourselves afloat. So this is what the merch game is too. It keeps you afloat. It keeps everything running. As long as you're consistent in spending your money the right way, it will do good for you. A lot of these things will be good for you. Don't think that because you are so independent and underground that you can't sell yourself, and you can't. It's very easy. It's just really take it upon yourself to say, it'll work. I got a lot of dudes out there. My man Shabam Sadiq is a perfect example. He got merch out there, and he, you can give pointers, you can give advice, but he follows it very well. So I like to see stuff like that. My man John Robinson, he make his own merch, stitches his own merch. So we all have learned a little bit of something doing this to where you can either cut corners or invest a little bit more because people really, take that into consideration because they know you're doing it.
Yeah. Right. Wow. How did you come up with the train cars? Because that's the most unique shit I think I've seen merch wise ever.
Yeah.
So shout out to Death Projects, my man Dave. So he brought this to my attention, and it was actually just an idea. And then he came back to me, and he showed me what he could do. So he had a printer, and he put the logo, the piece from the from the album, the single cover, and put it on the train, but it was only in the middle. I said, "Hey, I said, can you make it like the whole train like that?" He said, let me try. Came back, he showed me that. I said, And I'm gonna tell y'all, I've invested a lot of some money into those trains, and a lot of the stuff that I do, I try not to kill people with these prices.
Yeah,
I've seen some prices for some of these trains, and I tell you like this. My man Thurston Howell, when Thurston got his train, he said, "Oh, I thought this train was like mad bigger than this, bro." But look, that's why I'm only charging you for the train in the box. I'm not killing you with the $125, $150 train like a lot of the other cats do, because I know what it is. So like, but when he showed me how he could do it, I said, yo, all right, give me like 100 of those. And he looked me out, kept going, and with their projects, I asked him, I said, yo, who's the first one to do these trains? He said, you was the first one. So their projects, when you see a lot of these trains that's out there, I won't, it's really nothing to say brag about, but I was the first one to do them. But now I'm not going to do no more. I did my last ones. I got some trains in the National Hip Hop Museum store online. If anybody want to cop one, you can go on there. I got some of my artwork on one side, and I got the artifacts piece on the other side. And that when I first did it, them trains was flying. It was flying, and they still kept flying. But it was something I looked at to say, like, I just want everybody to have one. It's like I said, a lot of this stuff is not a big money grab because you got to take into consideration how much you're spending on this stuff. But I'm looking at it as like, okay, nobody else is doing this one, so let me do this one. So you just got to be out of the box thinking to make all this stuff sell. And I appreciate everybody that has copped the train, any merch from me. I appreciate it because when I'm going to the post office. There's nobody else besides maybe my son that maybe took anything to the post office besides me. So I want people to know, man, like I'm doing this on my own, but it's for the purpose of y'all getting what y'all want, for a piece of the group and a piece of what y'all support. Because all this does is make more merch. I'm gonna go back into making, because like only because I had to restructure everything, and now everything is fine. I got all the snapbacks is coming, 5 panels is coming, but that took a lot of time to do, and everybody got something else to do. So I have to be patient with all of this. But now I'm gonna go back to all of the same thing like before. The hoodie's gonna come back, the windbreaker's gonna come back, the embroidery bag's gonna come back, and this is all just and support, thanking y'all for like keeping it going, pretty much.
Yeah,
and keeping the name out there.
I wanted to point out that message that Newbie said. I just want to tell you, she been in my ear and she beat me over the head with all this. That's why we was talking. So
that's exactly. That's what. Yeah, and like I said, whenever you're ready to go, I'll be ready to push the button for you to get everything going, and it's real easy, bro. Trust me. Right. These cats that I work with, they really, really good quality work. My man Bobby's in LA. Anybody that Shabam has worked with him. My man DJ Roddy Rod, he worked with him. Mathematics worked with him. So there's a lot of people that see what I'm doing, and I'm like, yo, like, Bobby, here, look, come on. I want this to happen because it helps me too. Right. So, but also it's because I know that he does good quality work. So I want everybody to have good quality work. So it just goes hand in hand. So when I'm out in LA and I go pick up my shirts from him, he's in Riverside, and for the last 5, I don't know, I might be lying, 5 or 6 years now, he's been a reliable source for me. And he's the only one that's been doing my merch other than New Jersey Ink Shop. And like I said, salute to Dev Projects, because my man been working with me. It's not even being late on the deposits or anything like that. It's just that when there's so much going on, they worked with me on a lot of things. So he was patient with me. So, and he even said, like, you still gonna make more? I said, nah, I think I'm good on the trains for right now. They ran off their tracks. I'm done.
Like Varys Tower said, though, not only are you on Instagram like talking about this stuff, but you also, because I got the vinyl from you, and you
no doubt
tagged the UPS box.
Yeah, man. Like and when I remember when I first started doing that, I asked the lady behind the counter, I said, yo, can I actually sign this on here? She said, you can do what the hell you want to do. Word back. I just started tagging everything all over the place. And I'm like, it works because not nobody else can do that. But when it comes to the delivery and it makes a difference because that's why I take pictures when I'm in the post office of people's stuff because there's nobody gonna say you ain't get my nope, that's yours. You see that one right there? One of them is yours.
Right.
One of those are yours. So I had to take it like to know that a lot of times I don't always send the tracking numbers, but I most of the time I try to, especially going to Europe. I do definitely do that, but I let people know. I know I should be working at the post office. I know how long it's gonna take. It's gonna be in a day or 2, 3, whatever. You're gonna get your package, but it's when they get it. And I asked them nicely, yo, can you take a picture for me? Just so I can post you up. And the reaction I like to see from the people when they get their package. My man, it could be the smallest thing. They just got home from work. Package sitting right there, and they see the artifacts logo. All right, there go my package, son. All right, there we go. So that means something to these people when they're doing it. Because I do the same thing when I buy clothes. When I buy stuff from Ralph, and I get my box coming in the mail, and they see that big horse on that box. All right, some quality work gonna be in it when you open that box. These dudes get there. I tell them, like, yo, take a picture, son. Immediately, they got their shirt right on. And for me, that is the best moment you can have being an artist, to see your fans support you in a way like that, because these things last forever for them. That tag on that package is gonna last for a memory for them. A lot of these people frame their packages, because a lot of times, like I even tell the dude in the post office, every time he ring me up, he begged to put the damn sticker on the front of the package. I'm like, yo, bro, turn it over and put it on the backside, because you're really gonna ruin somebody's experience because they know they getting these packages because I just took the picture and you about to mess it up. So a lot of times I just take that to let them know, like, I care how you feel about your package. Your package is gonna come like that. Because a lot of people buy merch today, and it takes some stuff to come for months, 3 months, weeks. I'm like, why it take so long? You know what I'm saying? Like, so if you order tonight, if somebody order merch tonight, I could be asleep, and I'll wake up in the morning and I see that, all right, bet. I'm waking up, packing it up, and it's going out the door by 4 o'clock, because if I go early than that, pickup dude ain't coming until like when they about to close at 4:30. I see him all the time. Hey, brother, I say, hey, as soon as I come in there, he dropping it out and take it out. So like, if I'm there early, or before they close, that's when they ship them out, and they going out in the street.
Yeah.
So I just try to take pride in that as well, because I don't want nobody complaining to me about what they didn't get, and I know how that feels when it take long. So I've seen a lot of my people, when the pandemic hit, everybody was doing the Shopify. Yep. I don't do Shopify, y'all. Because I can do it myself. It comes faster. I can't see myself sending something to somebody to do something I could do, and you're not gonna get no stickers from them unless I send all this stuff to them. So I'm doing the stickers, I'm doing the signature, I'm doing the this. So they more inclined to buy from the artist than a third party. Yes, because they know it's so many times I've heard people say, "Yo, I'm only copying it because I know you. I'm getting it from you." And they'll even ask me, just like some vinyl comes out a lot, and these cats will ask me, "Yo, you put this out?" I'm like, "Nah," but they say, "Is it real?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's real. Go ahead. Will you get something from it?" Like, yes, we will. So if y'all see records out there and they gold vinyl and stuff like that, it's okay, because contractually with Atlantic, me and Tame always had that straight. So and there's a lot of stuff happening right now where digitally this music is out there in the world, and fortunately, with these labels, they're doing these programs where they reaching out to people to make sure they're going to get they just due from stuff that they did back in the 90s.
Yeah.
And we one of those groups. I suggest all my artist friends out there, y'all go do y'all research. If you was ever on Atlantic Records, Warner Brothers, Elektra, Sony, y'all better get with y'all lawyers and call these labels and ask them if they got a legacy program. Because there's a lot of cats that's out there that got signed in the 90s who ain't been getting paid. And they've been doing these streaming services since 2007, 2008. So you will get your bread if your contracts go straight back in the day. And I'm just putting that out there because look, it's public domain. You can go look it up right now. Anybody, you can look it up and you'll see it. And it'll say legacy, just even if you say Sony, it'll come up because a lot of these lawsuits was going on where, you know, a lot of these artists wasn't getting paid. And these contracts didn't say nothing about being paid digitally back when we signed these contracts.
Right.
So it's up to these labels to search you out and you to be diligent on your own to call them yourself. Because y'all may not know. Y'all got bread up there. Y'all may not know that.
Yep. It's important, man. It's important that
because you know, is a lot of stuff, you know, you can get into nowadays, you know, when it ain't just about making records and going on tour.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of things are going on right now that a lot of artists can take advantage of. You know, find out what your publishing splits are, you know, with these lawyers and from your contracts and what you've been doing in the past, because it's different now. You know, there's a lot of people owning these records and as far as when it comes to publishing, where you don't know who owned what, but if you do something, somebody come to you, and it could be from a sample we used on Wrong Side of the Tracks. This did happen a few years ago, and somebody reached out to me, and it was someone that owned one of the Tamerlane, some that, you know, because back then, yeah, we didn't get all our 100% publishing with Atlantic. I'm just gonna say that. When you on a label with Atlantic, me and Tane split our 50% and Atlantic get they money. But then with that, they got people within their realm that's calling them looking for money too. Every day is a lawyer calling a label for their artists to find out if y'all got anything for my artist. I need to know. Here go the old contracts. Let me see what y'all got. This is happening every day.
Mm-hmm.
So for us, I just always wanted to make sure that we got a fair share. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why we was able to keep this. Because if we walk away from Atlantic, we take it out with us. So we own the merchandise and we take that, and y'all keep whatever y'all gonna keep, because we can't get the whole publishing. You know, it's ways you had to get around doing this stuff to even just survive. That's why this still exists, and we didn't have to get barred from using it to go on another label. So, you know, these things are important, like you said, C-Doc, because a lot of cats don't really know this stuff is happening right now. And this is like our elders, you know?
Yeah.
So this is why tonight I felt like if I'm gonna say this, I say this today on here, because we all know, like you said, artists that don't apply themselves when it comes to a lot of this, especially with the business. You know, that's why you see a lot of cats all messed up with taxes and things of that nature, because you got to keep your business tight and don't look at it like it's the smallest thing, because we're dealing with these record labels, and I'm doing a lot of stuff where they want to get their taxes right too, so they got to send me these forms, and we're doing PayPal and doing sound exchange, all these different things. You got to pay your taxes, and you got to be on the up and up.
Yep. Mm-hmm. El, how do you approach writing? What's your process?
I like to write to the beat.
Okay.
I could write a verse right now, and get a track from you, and immediately it won't go with it, because now I got to try to adjust myself to the track. So I'd rather get the track, and a lot of times I tell the producer, if they send me a track, I'll say, yo, when you send it in song mode, can you do some drops here, do some adventurous stuff here, you know, and give me an 8-bar hook and change it up here. So like when I get it, now when I'm writing to it, I'm writing to what's happening in the track now. So if there's drops going on there and here, I'm like, ooh, okay, I can say this here, but I know that's going to be there, because for my writing part, it's like being in the room with a DJ. When you rhyming, the DJ gonna take stuff out, do drops live right there. So for me, hearing the track like that, it's like feeling like I'm rhyming with a DJ and in the room with me. So I feel like the rhymes will have better cadences, because I could hear the changes in the track, and maybe a roll here and a roll there. But these things make better for the vocals, because it's challenging me to match whatever's happening in the tracks, and it makes it more adventurous for me as well. And it just take me there, you know. It's a vibe, but mostly, yeah, I'd rather write to the beat than not. And you know, I look at writing rhymes like a book. I love English in school, so it's like you have the table of introduction, table of contents, beginning of the story, you got the climax, and you got to, from the climax, you got to either end off on a high note or you end off on low. Most of the time, my third verse, I want my first verse to be the setup. Second verse, like, oh, wow, okay. Third verse, I want to just, all of these verses are like a movie. Stunt scene set up where, like, you see slow motion stuff happening. Eventually, explosions, fire, glass flying. And this is how I'm looking at these three verses to be, you be here, like, mellow, you start coming up. By the third verse, your ass better be going crazy. So this is giving the listener a ride, and it's not just a ride, not a normal ride. It's just a ride to say, I appreciated that ride because you could have just been straight all the way through there, and then within doing this, if you feel like I'm not talking about one topic, I look at it like a Seinfeld show. Is one thing not just happening, there's a bunch of things happening. You just mesh it into one thing, and then you have something beautiful.
Chuck D says you're distinct. You tackle verses like a linebacker.
Now, see, look, coming from him, because like I said, he's in my top five. My top five is Rakim, KRS, Coogee Rap, Rakim, and Chuck D. And I always looked at myself with all of these dudes' powers. Remember the episode on the Super Friends when Robin had to save all of them because their powers was gone? And they Frankenstein him up and that's how I look at myself. With these five entities inside of me, I got the vocabulary of a Big Daddy Kane, the striking vocals of a Rakim, and the voice of a Chuck D. So Chuck showed me how you can have a big voice and still be lyrical and have a message at the same time, where you're actually captivating people in a way where, because of the voice, is like a guru. Guru was the same way. You know what I'm saying? Like he keep you locked in, but Chuck was, for me, that first album from them was like, my father put me on punishment from playing that record because he had a rule for me and my brothers. He's like, yo, don't touch my system when I'm not at home. So I'm coming home from work. I know he don't come home till 5. I'm playing this record, and Mega Blast came on, and I blew the speaker. I was like, oh my god! Like, please, so I tried to fix it. Yeah, I tried to fix it and put glue on it. That burnt the speaker in the middle. So I was like, man. So I tried to play it off. My father came home. He started playing some music. All you heard was the one speaker. Because the speaker flapping because it broke. He's like, who the hell? I went straight to the room. I was like, I don't know. He said, yo, bring your ass in here. He said, who did this? I was like, me. So like, he said, well, what was you playing? No, you need to go play the record that blew this out. Because I need to know what it was. So I put it on. And I swear to God, my father looked at me. All right, I understand. Go take your ass to bed. So and that's where he became a Public Enemy fan, because he didn't know. He's like, damn, this blew my speakers out. I kind of like this. So from there, that stuck with me. And it was another time I met Chuck in the studio with Johnny Juice, the DJ, He came in the room. I froze. We spoke, but I was still froze. I'm looking at him, but I'm still froze here. Like, wow. You know what I'm saying? So, like, once I started, when I worked with M-Rock, and everybody, I'm part of the Spit Slam fam.
You are. You are.
Black Medine, M-Rock, my man Nordic One.
Yep.
To do that record with them as well was a treat for me, because it's rare that I get music that's like already kind of done. Yeah. So like he's like, yo, everything's laid out, L. All you gotta do, put your verses on there, a few joints, do some hooks with me, and we good. And I was like, okay. But when I got the songs, I'm like, damn, these songs are crazy. I'm like, whoa. I'm like, the beat, I was blown away. I'm like, wow. So like, you wasn't playing when they said they was already done. And he said, "Yo, Ember," I was like, "Man, like I'm in." So the packaging was dope, you know, the artwork and everything. I was just like, "That's rare." So the journey we took with that record, Canadian at one point here, and then for y'all to have it became a dope home for it because this made sense as well, and to be represented through the label that you have and the ownership is everything that comes with it. Flatline, the years you've helped me out, I salute you, my brother. Anytime you play out my music, anything, I'm always shocked, and I tell him, look, he'll tell you every time, humbly, like thank you.
Man, it's such a pleasure to showcase what you do, and I'm just blown away by your work ethic. Just like you always releasing something, whether it's your own music or guest spots or whatever it is, man. Speaking of, if I can just chime in here.
No doubt. Oh God.
Can we please get the sequel for this? Please.
Yeah, actually, I'll tell you something. We are almost done.
Yes. Shout out to Duplicate.
My man Duplicates.
Yeah.
That's my bro right there. Duplicates challenged me with all of the music we've done together, you know, but that record right there was so ingenious.
Yeah.
The videos we shot, the guest shout out to Cool Keith, Sadat, I think Rascats was on there as well. You know, that was one of the dopest records I did with him.
Yeah.
You know, him being from Jersey City. He Duplicates is like how I meet all these producers. They present stuff to me. He challenged me, and I said, "Let's go." And for the two records that we did, that one was the one that really broke out for us. We won Australian Hip Hop Independent Awards and stuff like that. Of course, we they let us watch on TV. They had us on the screen in the theater. So to do that for those records was dope. You know, I try to tell people I have I'm a variant of different things on different records. And whether it's working with my brother Chillo in Belgium, when I work with him doing the album, it's all the same process for me. But they all sound different because they all give me something different. So I know I gotta be different on everything that I'm doing. But I you know, I don't ever have a sign up that says I will rap for food. So when people come to me to do these songs and these verses, these features, I know that it's coming from them just hearing my catalog and them saying, you know, because a lot of these when we do these records, whether it's guest appearance records with other people or solo or producer having an album that wants you on it. They want to work with us because of our powers.
Yeah.
They wanted it's like a Marvel team up, and they want to see what it's like. And just as me the same. When I ask cats to get on records with me, I'm only asking you to be on the record with me because I know what your powers can do. So I want you to do your powers on my song, and especially if I'm paying you. And the same go for me too. A lot of when we asking for people and putting out that when you do put out you will rap for food. I don't know if we can curse on it.
Yeah, go right.
Do.
That shit better be good when you doing it.
Right.
Because when these people handing you their bread, I'm gonna tell y'all, these people are not coming from labels. They're not coming as a big time producer. These people that we're doing features with work regular jobs. They're saving their hard-earned money to get you to work your superpowers on their records so they can be just as successful as you. So I'm telling y'all, the way these records come out today, do your best because these dudes gonna mix these records, they're gonna master them, they're gonna promote them, they're gonna get them to DJs, and if you sound like trash, that's when you don't get the next feature. Yeah. And be serious. You know what I'm saying? Take it serious. Even if they pay you what you want, you gotta take it even more serious. Because a lot of people do features and they didn't want to get paid for doing the video too. This man just saved up his checks to get you to do that feature. The least you could do is do the video with the brother. You know what I'm saying? But hey, everybody not like me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I look at all these people in the same way. We all want to win doing this.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's hard to be successful doing this. So the least you can do as an artist today is be nice to these people. There's no label right now paying nobody to do nothing unless you're doing it on your own. So be nice to these cats. They helping you pay your bills and helping you put gas in your car and diapers on your kids' asses. So be nice, y'all. You know, and this is why, you know, I said when the phone stopped ringing and I stopped getting emails and start getting requests, that's when I'm done. So at 54 years old, my ringer still goes off and my emails still get hit, and I'm grateful as hell because it could be a whole other way. It could be a whole nother way. So this is why y'all see. That's why y'all see me work so hard, because I know what it's like to be not getting a lot of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like not getting the shows and not getting booked. You know, as long as you stay active, as long as you stay. I know I sound like a cliche right now, after school special, but it's the truth. You know, the harder you work, the more stuff you get.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah. El, you are one of the most reliable pinch hitters. I know.
I like that.
Yeah, I see your name on a record. I'm like, it's gonna be dope.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, and that's what I appreciate that, because you know that's the only way you could be looked at. You know, especially for today. You know, I appreciate it because I really take pride in doing all of this stuff. So even when I get like opportunities to do stuff, there's a lot of artists I ain't worked with yet. So when I do get an opportunity to do stuff like that, I'm like, all right, I'm doing my best because I know this dude. And perfect example of that, when we put Razzcast on the last Artifacts album, on that Real Rap song, I like, that's what I mean about powers. Me and Tam, we already knew what he was going to do. Like, hey, we got to make sure. Because I won't lie, I wrote a little bit of something, and then I was like, no, let me change that up because I know this nigga Raz gonna get on here. I'm gonna be like, yo, no, you gotta do it again. So he's one of the most prolific dudes I know. So it just made sense to have him on the record. You know, a lot of these records me and Tame did, we didn't have a lot of guests. Even when me and Sadat did the album, we had only AG, my man Nutso, and Freddie Fox. So I didn't feel like we needed any more guests because me and Sadat was the guests within the album itself.
Yeah.
So, you know, I take a lot of this stuff seriously when you ask these people to get on records with you, because like I said, you asking them to do their superpowers. So your powers better be just as great as theirs. So that's how I look at myself. I look at myself in the same way when these dudes call and, you know, they're asking you like, yo, can you know, if I give you this bread, you can hear it even through the email. If they don't want, if I give you this money, when you do don't hope, bro, it's gonna be like that. It's gonna be like that. I'm gonna make sure you get the good bars, man.
Yep. Right. It's a beautiful thing.
Yep. Satisfaction guaranteed.
Yep. Exactly. Any other questions for our guests?
I just got to say something. This kind of deals with the first album, but it's just a request. El, you got to help us get T-Ray on the show. We need to talk to T-Ray.
Oh man,
we need to talk to T-Ray.
You know what? T-Ray, yeah, I know he got the freak show out there in Malibu.
I've been there on Venice Beach. I've been there.
Yep. My man, you know, Todd is an elusive guy. If I get him to do this, because I've been pushing him to even give me beats.
Wow.
You know, like I'm like, Todd, what's up, bro? Like, you need to. He's like, and I can hear him right now. I hear him. Damn, you think they want to hear something? I was like, come on, Todd. Like, you ain't.
Those
like,
T-Ray drums, them T-Ray drums are retarded.
Come on,
bro. All I can think of is when we came off the elevator one time in Soundtrack Studio, when he was making Flexi with the tech beat. All we heard in the elevator was the bass line. And we like, damn. Then we heard the drums coming in. We like, whoa. We ran to the room, and he's sitting in there. We was like, yo, who's that for? He said, hey, what y'all want? Y'all want this? I was like, yeah. Like, you know, but he played the whole track when we get in there, and it's like, oh my God, like the power of Zeus drums was hitting so hard. I was like, you know what?
T-Ray crazy.
And immediately we sat right there in front of him. Threw the weed on the table, threw the blunts on the table, notebooks on the table, pen, go, just go. And then I'm looking at Tame, he looking at me. I'm like, what you? No, keep going, keep. And once we got we never really said our verses to each other, but this day we was like, we sit there writing the verse like, whoa, okay. And I'm hearing him like, what you got? He's like, yo, bro, I'm saying. So not until we was done. That was the first time we ever spit our verses to each other before we went in the booth. Normally, we would just write them and look at each other and like, you done, okay, go in there, and we go in there and spit it, and that's when I would hear it. So we never got a preview of what we were going to say. But when Todd heard us whispering, he said, "What y'all saying over there? What y'all saying?" And we recorded that song right then that day, and the way we did it, it was maybe a few takes, but I would say like that song for me is like me and Tame relationship in a nutshell on that song.
Wow.
On that song.
I was listening to that today. That's the jam.
Like, yo, and Todd was pretty much the pilot of that first album.
Wow.
You know, to have the majority of the songs. And to get him at a time when he's fresh off doing Double X music, not gonna be able to do it, Head Crackers.
Yep.
Straight off working with Cypress Hill. A lot of cats don't know T-Ray did a lot of music with Cypress.
Yep.
A lot of production. Even when he was working with us, Funk Doobie, and he was working with a rock group called Helmet. And Helmet, I would say that those records probably got Todd that big old crib in Malibu. I would say out of Brooklyn. I'd say out of Brooklyn. So like when we saw the plaque, I was like, wow, like, hell man, hey, these guys ain't making me rich. I'm like, but he was still doing the Cypress stuff. So and even when we did the second album, we came to Todd. Yep, see, look. We came to Todd.
Remixes
and we were trying to get him to do some more music. So like recently I asked him, and he was shocked that I even asked him that. So if we can get him on here, even if he don't get on camera, y'all get him to verbally talk.
That'd be amazing.
I see Todd in pictures here and there, but he's a lucid dude. But and I love him to death because like when we did that first album, he let us stay at his house. You know, met his whole family, and his kids is huge right now. They write with him with all of the stuff at the free show. They perform as well, and you know, it's a dope thing to see. Yeah. You know, especially for him to, if he never do anything else hip hop wise, he know he got me and Tame's legacy intact.
T-Ray is dope, man. He's super dope. Super dope.
No doubt.
Yeah. Fantastic. Yep. Well, L, thank you so much for joining us tonight.
No doubt. Thank y'all very much for having me. You know, and like I said, I feel like I was with all my friends tonight. You know, I felt like everything was smooth, and you know, the most thing that I can do is share my stories with everybody. And I think anybody that's watching right now, you know, for rocking with me and Tame, rocking with me, a lot of new stuff is about to come. Doing the remix. I'm sorry, my thing going off. We're going to do a remix album of the No Expiration Date album with Buck Wild.
Word. And
me and my brother Kick Beats in LA. We have a album coming with a bunch of guests. I want to say some of them right now, but I'm gonna tell y'all now, this record is gonna be incredible. Me and Tame got like 3 or 4 songs on this new album that's coming, and me and Tame don't have a lot of songs on the cutting floor, but we got songs that's gonna be on this record, and I would say these may be the last songs that we did together. But I'm gonna tell y'all now, these records are I ain't just saying it because, you know, I'm telling y'all, these songs are so high potency, straight, like, oh man, I'm telling you. So it's 2 solid ones, but I'm gonna tell y'all gonna feel good. Contain bodies these verses, but it just showed me that even what we were doing with Buck, like we were finished doing songs. I'm like, yo, listen to this. Oh, damn. Okay, come on, record it. Really now? Yeah. Even though we just did one, how these songs came about because I had him in my clutches for that little bit of time. Same was a quick guy. He do this shit and go. I'm like, nah, look, stay a little bit longer because I knew he had verses in that bag over here where he just had rhyme stacked in his bag. So I'm like, yo, this guy right where he just 2 songs, y'all gonna be like, whoa. And it just made me feel like when I listened to him, these were the songs that we were trying to do to actually have for like a full album. But we at least got 3 or 4.
Wow.
So I thank y'all for having me on here.
Yeah. Tell them real quick where they can follow you at.
Oh yeah, y'all can hit me up on Instagram. EL_DA_SENSEI. I do have a page out there that was hacked, so don't go to that one, but EL_DA_SENSEI. On Facebook is my whole government. Elliot L. the Sensei Williams. Y'all can check me on there. I'm not on X, so I mean I am, but I don't mess with it. So not because of that, but I just don't. But yeah, y'all can follow me for any merch or anything information wise, pictures. Y'all can hit me up on Instagram. I'm always on there. It's really me. There's no publicity, no other people. Is me on there for real. So y'all will be talking to me. There's a lot of people like, well, this is really you. Like you see me on my page, right? I'm active. So yes, it'll be me talking.
Word up.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. Elder
No
Sensei,
doubt. Salute to y'all.
Yeah.
And look, C-Doc, the beats you sent me before.
Yeah.
If they still look, it was a bunch of stuff in there that I liked. So I'm just putting it out there. We gonna work on some music. I'm just doing a bunch of stuff, but we gonna be working. I just want to put that out there so you know I ain't forget.
I still have them in the folder. I don't think I gave them to anybody else. And now,
very good.
Now I know from this that you like more finished stuff. So I gotta next time I send you more shit.
But no, look, the ones you did have was super crazy though, and it was those was kind of in song form too. So yeah, I'll remind you of the ones that I like. But I told you a while ago, but I still got the folder on my phone.
Okay, all good, bro.
All right, y'all.
Anytime, I'm here.
Peace.
All right,
y'all. Peace. All right.
Whoa, we're very close.
Whoa.
Okay.
You're too close, man. You're too close.
You're too close, man. Yeah. We gotta onyx that and back the fuck up. You know.
Yeah.
So, man, that's dope, man. Just again, and I don't say these things lightly, man. Anytime Elder Sensei is on a record, you know it's gonna be good.
Yep.
You know it's gonna be good.
You know why though?
Jersey.
Exactly. Exactly.
No, L, man. And just the nicest guy, obviously.
Yeah.
And
he loves it. He loves the music. He loves the culture. He loves everything about it and reps it to the fullest.
Yep.
Come on.
He's so passionate about it. He's not going through the motions. He's putting out the best possible product he can.
Yep.
Right.
Be commended. It's like, again, he said it. This is how he's literally saying it. This is how you do it.
Yeah.
And I wish some of his peers would take note.
Take note. Yep. Exactly.
But you have to care as much as he does. Like I said, dude, I was listening to that today. You know, that's on regular rotation, but special because L's coming on. So let me tell you something. 1994, I was working at a BJ's wholesale club overnight.
Wow.
I had a Walkman with a cassette Walkman. I had 2 tapes. I think it was Illmatic and and that's all I used to play. I used to just play those 2 tapes. 8-hour shift. Just go back and forth.
Wow.
I'm so proud of those dudes because, L, Tame, Chaos, because they're from Jersey. And it just made me feel good. Like, oh, we can, we've been doing it, but we can do it on this level. This sounds so good, So shout out to everybody. Shout out to them.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah.
And the fact that even after they split for a while, he was able to keep and just putting out the
It-
dopest joints, man.
Bro, Chaos and Tame are going, and he's still holding up that Artifacts flag, like, you know, and doing it well. It's crazy.
Yep. Super dope.
Crazy.
Gotta love it.
Yeah.
Speaking of holding up the flag, carrying the flag for Hip Hop Gods Flatline.
Oh my God! Oh, there's a brand new Hip Hop Gods radio.
Yes, there is.
You should listen to it. It's on Mixcloud. It's in flotation on the Rap Station app, which you can download for free.
There you go.
I will tell you that there are 2 exclusive tracks on the new show.
Ooh.
One of them is by Mr. P. Chill, featuring Doodlebug of Diggle Planets and Mr. Hooper. That comes out Friday. The other exclusive is Dangerous Creatures, featuring Big Juss of Company Flow. It's going to be on a Weaponized Records album, Dead Earth 1.0, coming out in March.
Wow.
And there is limited edition cassettes and vinyl available now. WeaponizedRecords.bandcamp.com. Also, speaking, I got this in the.
Yep. I was gonna say.
I don't
Shout
know if he's posted it yet, so it might be.
Yes.
Well, I don't know. Anyway, I listened to it. It's dope. It's coming soon, I guess is what I could say.
Okay. Yes.
Hold on. Can we rewind real quick?
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
Did you say Big Just?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I did. Yes.
Loon TNS?
Yeah.
Big Justolium?
They want to know.
And he sounds right at home on the track. It's it's great.
Yes.
Great. Yeah.
Shout out to Weaponized Records, guy
Yeah,
from Weaponized
man.
Records.
Yeah.
Guy.
So
I will just continue on my little playlist here. New Brother Ali, new DJ Premier and Rock Marciano, new Arrested Development, new Complex featuring Grand Puba, new Pilo featuring E40 and Too Short, De La Soul featuring MF Doom remixed by J Period on his new De La Soul remix EP, and I think that's it for now from me. I feel like I've not been talking, and now I am, and now I don't want to talk anymore.
okay.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
You said all you need to say.
Yeah, I've said all I needed to say.
He's exhausted.
I am exhausted. But it was El the Sensei, so I wasn't going to miss that.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, there it is. Go to Mixcloud, get
Yep.
the Rap Station app, check
Yep.
out the new episode of Hip Hop Gods. Also join Flatline, Mr. Chuck D, and myself, along with a host of others, on Friday night for the Angie Don't Stop radio show. 2 hours of solid hip hop power. And you can check that out. Check back here if you're up late tomorrow. Right here, Channel 0, for the new episode of Body Hat Weekly with Dave Sy and Mocha Only, as they're going to be going through a super dope album. Yeah, Diggable Planet's Blowout Comb.
Right.
Yep.
I mean, yo.
Yep.
I love that album so much.
So do I.
So much. And I think they said Doodlebug's going to be there tomorrow night.
I saw Mocha say that there might be a guest. So is that?
Okay.
Yeah. There you go. I was gonna try to drop in, but then I don't know. But I actually might be at a show because Jarv's in town tomorrow. So
shout out to Jarv. I missed Jarv because we were supposed to have a last weekend. It was like or Sunday. It was some type of winter storm. He hit me up and like, bro, I'm not gonna make it to Philly tonight. But break a leg.
Yeah.
So shout out to Jarv.
Shout out to Jarv. So I might be there. I don't know yet. But check in here, Channel 0, and also check in on Sunday for we're back to Sunday for the next episode of the mixtape. Ultra Mag and Jennifer O'Jenny, and of course DJ Soulbuck spinning the hits. And for our next week's guest.
Yes. Oh, want me to tell who it is?
Sure, go ahead.
If you're a old, I don't even want to say old school, classic hip hop fan, if you remember Mr. Magic's Rap Attack, we're gonna have DJ Chili Q. So you know who that is. You're gonna have a Rap Attack, and we'll hopefully hear some Juice Crew stories, Mr. Magic stories, Cold Chillin', all that stuff. So
yes, definitely looking forward to that. So that's it. We'll be back here next Tuesday with DJ Chili Q. And thank you, everybody watching live, everybody watching on the replay. Please like and subscribe, and get the Rap Station app and the Bring the Noise app. It's the least you can do. It's free. It's free. It's free. It's fun. It's free. Good time for all.
Yeah.
And and we will see everybody next week for another episode of. Oh, the outro video's not set. Damn it. Damn it.
Son of a.
It's C-Doc again.
Hey.